She saw her first love at a cafe, not knowing he was now a billionaire boss who, the moment she walked into the quaint little cafe on Fifth Avenue, time seemed to pause. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee, the soft hum of conversation, and the golden morning light streaming through the windows felt ordinary until her eyes landed on him. He was sitting by the corner window, perfectly composed, typing on a sleek laptop. Something about him felt familiar, and then it hit her. It was him. Liam, her first love from college, the boy who had made her laugh during all-nighters, the one who had stolen her heart in the most effortless way. She froze for a moment, memories flooding back, the walks in the park, the shared dreams, the late-night talks that seemed to last forever. And now he looked completely different, confident, polished, and undeniably successful. Summoning her courage, she approached him. "Liam?" she asked, voice trembling slightly. He looked up, and for a brief second his eyes softened. Then recognition sparked. "Emma?" His smile was the same, warm and genuine, but now there was an unmistakable air of authority around him. They talked for a few minutes, catching up on years of life that had passed like lightning. She learned that Liam had built a thriving business from scratch, becoming a billionaire in the process. He spoke of challenges, risks, and victories, but what struck her most was that beneath the tailored suits and polished demeanor, he was still the same compassionate, kind-hearted Liam she remembered. As the conversation came to a pause, Emma noticed a young woman at the next table struggling to comfort a small child who had spilled juice all over herself. Without thinking, she rushed over, helping clean the mess, offering tissues and calming the little one down with gentle smiles. Liam watched, quietly impressed by her natural kindness. A week later, she received an unexpected email. It was from Liam. "Emma, I don't often reach out like this, but I saw the way you helped that little girl the other day. I realized that success isn't measured by wealth, but by the compassion we show in everyday moments. I would love to meet you again, not just as a memory from the past, but as someone whose heart inspires me." Emma smiled, realizing that life had a funny way of bringing people back together, not for status, not for grandeur, but for the simple human connection that mattered most. Weeks later, they met again, this time for lunch at a small park. No polished suits, no laptops, just two hearts reconnecting, grounded in kindness, laughter, and genuine care. Liam had the wealth and success the world admired, but Emma reminded him, and perhaps even herself, that true richness came from humanity, empathy, and love. As the sun set, casting golden hues across the city, Emma realized that some first loves don't just fade away, they wait quietly, for the right moment to remind us that the simplest acts of kindness can change everything. And in that quiet, sunlit park, two lives intertwined once more, grounded not in wealth or status, but in the timeless power of compassion. Over the next few weeks, Emma and Liam began spending more time together. Their meetings were simple: coffee runs, walks in the park, even volunteering at a local shelter. But every moment was filled with genuine connection, laughter, and reflection. One rainy afternoon, Liam invited Emma to his office. Not the grand glass tower everyone assumed would be intimidating, but a modest, sunlit workspace where he kept photos of family, friends, and the places that shaped him. "I want you to see where it all started," Liam said, smiling. "Before the deals, the investments, and the titles." Emma looked around, noticing framed notes from employees, hand-drawn sketches of ideas that never made it, and a photo of Liam as a teenager handing out sandwiches to the homeless. It struck her. The same boy she fell in love with had carried his kindness into every step of his journey. "I've been thinking," Liam began, his tone serious but gentle, "about what really matters. I realize that having everything in the world doesn't mean much if you can't give back, if you can't make a difference, even in small ways." Emma felt a lump in her throat. She had always lived by this philosophy quietly, helping strangers, comforting friends, showing empathy without expecting anything in return. And here he was, a man of immense influence, inspired by the very same values. "You've reminded me what life is really about," Liam continued, "and I want us to do something meaningful together, something that helps people, not just financially but emotionally." Tears welled in Emma's eyes. She had never expected to meet her first love again, let alone find that they shared the same vision for kindness and humanity. They launched a foundation together, focusing on education, healthcare, and support for families in need. Liam provided the resources, but Emma's heart and compassion guided their work. Months passed, and Emma noticed subtle changes in Liam too. He laughed more freely, listened more intently, and cherished every small moment, the same qualities she had fallen in love with years ago. One evening, as they hosted a community event, a young girl ran up to Emma, hugging her tightly. "Thank you for helping my mom," she said softly. Emma smiled, realizing that every small act of kindness, her own, Liam's, and now theirs together, had a ripple effect far beyond what they could see. Liam held her hand and whispered, "See, this is the kind of life I want to live. Not alone, not chasing status, but making a real difference with you." Emma felt her heart swell. In that moment, she understood that life doesn't just surprise you with wealth or success. It surprises you with the people who remind you of your own humanity. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with pink and gold, Emma and Liam stood together, surrounded by laughter, hope, and gratitude. They realized that sometimes the richest lives aren't measured in dollars. They're measured in love, compassion, and the courage to act selflessly. And for Emma, seeing her first love again wasn't just a reunion. It was a reminder that true wealth lies in kindness, and that the heart has a way of finding its way back home.